need two hands. Perfect. Good morning. It's nice to be here on this lovely sunny day in downtown Moscow. Delighted to see you all. Yes, my name's Ливингстон. I'm the old man of the games industry. Please forgive me, I cannot speak Russian, but I'm sure you're much better at English than I am at Russian. I've been in the games industry the whole of my life, from the 1970s. That just shows you how old I am, but I've loved every minute of it. And the games industry is very much part of the creative industries. Now, some people have trouble defining what the creative industries are. In the UK, it's 13 industries thrown together effectively, and in many ways they are disparate industries. You've got relic industries, as I would sort of call them, like crafts. So you've got service industries like advertising, but I'm more particularly interested in the content industries. Those that create intellectual property which you can underpin through copyright and scale to global audiences. And that's the particular area that I find interesting and creates real value in companies. Those who control their own destiny by owning content rather than being a work for hire on other people's content. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of my history of games, how I got into games industry, why it's so important and relevant, the largest entertainment industry in the world today. Bigger than box office movies, bigger than music, bigger than books, and yet it goes relatively unnoticed in the media, other than to grab the sort of attention of the outlandish headlines that sometimes are attributed to games. So, without further ado, this is me, and this really handsome guy, in 1976. Started a company called Games Workshop. This is the very first shop that we opened in 1978. It's long since closed, and this is what the Games Workshop looks like these days. Games Workshop is a games company that came out of, we started launching Dungeons and Dragons, and then we created a game called Warhammer. Now the reason, this is the first lesson that I taught myself effectively. We started life through owning Dungeons and Dragons, but actually we didn't own it. We had a 3-year license from an American company. And whilst we built up Games Workshop on the back of Dungeons and Dragons, it didn't actually belong to us. And at the end of that 3-year period, we had to make a choice whether to either merge with the American company, which TSR Hobbies, or go our separate ways. Now, Steve Jackson, the other guy in the picture, and I were very independently minded British guys, and we did not want to merge with this American company. So we said, let's stay independent. But we needed to create something that would take the place of Dungeons and Dragons. So Warhammer was the game that our team put together to forge our own destiny. And I'm very glad that we did, because through that independence we were able to determine our own destiny, create value in our own intellectual property, and derive revenues not just from the game itself, but also through licensing it, as today, to movies, to video games companies, and get incremental revenue from that intellectual property. And they could never ever take that away from us, because it belonged to Games Workshop. So that I carried through to my later years through IDOS, in insisting that we create our own IP. Because if that's underpinned by copyright, protected by law, it belongs to you, and you